I think I've got it set all nice, I guess. Alright, so I think so. I think this screen is balanced. I hope there's like perfect screen ratio for this episode. Alright, so this is Mr. Pokemon 907, and welcome to this is now episode 11 of my Monster Hunter Rise. Uh, yeah, I was playing this for a good few hours. Amazing stuff. We had it happens to me way too much. So I'm not even just gonna, not play it and wait for revival. Like every time I think about playing something, it gets an announcement. I had this for a while, and I was thinking about, I didn't have the time. Like I was working a bit too much, so I didn't even go through even the first like section of the game. So I as soon as I started to think about playing it, then we got the revival. If you go and research when that was announced, you'd know when I was thinking about playing this game. So I had this for way too long and never got around to playing it. So I was playing this for hours back to back. This isn't much too different from 3 Reload, I would argue. So I was even surprised that they went ahead and did it for revival, but I'm thinking about playing this at some point in the future as well. This is going to be quite an interesting playthrough for sure. But yeah, this is episode 11. Let's go ahead. And if you hear a bit of like music in the background, a smidge of music, I do apologize. It can possibly happen. I think I'm going to zoom a bit, to be honest, because I see the borders of the screen are a bit too on the outside. I think I'm going to leave it though. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it, to be honest. I'll wait for all this to load. Just to show you the game is booting up and I'm not doing anything around the scenes or anything. This is a Switch 2. This is not modified. We're going to be pushing through this. So what I'm going to do this episode is going to be a bit repetitive, at least at some point. Alright. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to, instead of, procrastinating every single episode, I am going to actively go ahead and I feel, yeah, that should be good there. If you hear music in the background, although it's Sunday and I'm sure a lot of Bajans, a lot of Barbadians, I live on this island, Barbados, a lot of Barbadians are a bit too, I don't know, obsessed with the partying, even more so than overseas. So it's Sunday night, Sunday morning. As of right now, it's 12:24, and for some reason, people are still partying outside, like somewhere down the road from where I live. So if you hear that, I do apologize in the background. Yeah. So this is my personal playthrough, but we're going here. All right. Yeah. Nice graphics for a Switch 1 game. I know, right? And this is playing in handheld mode on the Switch 2. This is just me, actively recording the Switch 1, the Switch 2, my god, I'm saying Switch 1. This is just me actively recording the Switch 2 console screen, so this is impressive, to be honest. Alright, so in the previous episode, I unlocked the, this is like a license test to prove that I can raise my Hunter hub rank, because the village stars and nothing compared to what is in the hub. Usually we've got to fight 2 of these one time, but what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna chain a fight against, that was in 4 if I'm not mistaken, no, 3, yeah. So I'm gonna chain some fights against, no, I was correct. I am something else, man. So yeah, I'm going to be chaining some fights against this thing so that I could get my armor, and it's not going to take a while, believe it or not. This is going to be quite interesting to watch, I guess. Make sure that I have my, yeah, so I've got this and this. I've got a bunch of them, so I can do this and kind of chain it. Would it be nice if I could, I guess you're gonna leave that for maybe 2032 or something when games get really advanced. I was thinking about if I could, you're in an open world and there's a bunch of Bashatan that live in a certain area, and that you could, the map is gonna be huge, and you could swing around and use maybe the same Palamute we have here, maybe a race 2 in future or something. and we could have the Palamute, this dog, sniff out the Bish Hatens. And we would take one down if we have a base camp built somewhere near. And you know, the base camps are going to be, these are just ideas that I have. The base camps are going to be really important then, because the further you go from your main camp, the more difficult it is to get back without, you know, killing all the time of the quest. And it could take like 10 minutes to get across like a certain distance of terrain, that sort of stuff. And even if you're swinging at top speed, and yes, I said top speed, look at advanced on the swinging, you know, maybe don't make it a bit too much like Spider-Man, if you know the swinging thing could be copyrighted, but you'd have a way more like mobility with the swinging and stuff. Like, it'd be awesome, and we'd be hunting multiple Bishaten, and if we find enough, we get enough materials, then we go back, and then we could just make the, you know, the suit that we want, instead of we have to, oh, do this particular mission, you know, go out, cancel, then start again, do the mission again. If you get what I'm saying, we'd just be able to like rank up. We'd be able to rank up all the materials I need in one go in an expedition run. That's what I want to do in another episode as well, but you know, I'll leave that until when I actually start the hub quest. I'm going to have a few episodes where I take a break from hunting the main monster quest and just like I'm gathering materials and stuff, because if the more you rush through Monster Hunter, I find the more difficult it gets, because you're holding back on building armors, you're holding back on getting materials for weapons, that sort of stuff, and it gets more and more difficult because you're doing less damage to the freaking monsters when you have, you know, weaker weapons and not taking the time to upgrade them. You have a weaker armor because you're not taking the time to forge armors. So yeah, this game is really hour based. I'd call it that, hour based as hell. Alright, so I was using a different base for the camera in the episode before. I spoke at a point about the I spoke at one point about how the right side of the screen was slightly blurred. That's because the camera was being obscured by light from the actual base I was using, like what it was resting on. And the light from the actual, what the camera was resting on is what was causing that slight blur. So I think I dealt with that, and the right side of the screen is still gorgeous. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, and this is definitely going to prove my power. I'm not using it, I'm not getting the spirit birds at all. I'm just gonna rush ahead and fight these things, you know, so that the episodes don't end up too long. Because I'm gonna be doing this, like, I think I'm gonna fight this like 3 times or something, that I could get enough out of this thing. Alright, shit, where is it? I think it's on the wall. Oh my god, I couldn't see it. I wasn't sure where it was. Alright, so I'm over here, doofus. Let's go. the running on the feet, like, I literally, my grandmother has a cat that used to do that, believe it or not. I'm not making this up. Demon cat? I don't know, man. It would stand on its like hind legs and, like, you know, try to taunt with its like front paws, and I was like, what the hell? I am not making this up. Some black cat my grandmother had, kind of weird as hell. Eventually got a bunch of kittens. I'm not sure if it's still living, because, you know, animals don't really have a lifespan like we people do. Oh, holy shit. I'm getting hit. Yeah, that's supposed to be kind of a joke, because I'm supposed to be so dang good at this that I shouldn't be taking much damage much. I think I've still got it a bit low. Right, so let me grab this. Oh my god, I can't even call the Palamute whilst running next to a freaking item. At least I didn't Jagras carve just now by mistake, good. I was running past a dead Jagras. I just got the, yeah. So, got you. So I don't really need, as you can see, as of right now, not yet at least, I don't really need the freaking, I don't know how, I am so lost as to how this freaking thing got me with the poison just now, but it did. So yeah, turned on, then turn right back off. You see my hunter currently nudging between the monster a bit sometimes. Get my health back up, a little bit that I lost. Get these two to fight. Come on, Arzuros, you piece of shit. Good, about time. Alright. So then I'm just gonna nudge right into Arzuros because it's the Bescheiden that I'm targeting. With the Y button, and then ride the Arzuros one time. Get my damage off right now with the Arzuros. Alright, so 10 minutes in, and I'm taking down my first Bescheiden. It's gonna be down soon enough for sure. Alright. And another. I knew it was gonna be hit right with that, but couldn't be helped. I'm rushing. Come on. Got it. And a finishing move. 1, 2, and then a beer hug. Alright. She was saying see ya to the Arzuros because like right after the finishing move is like it usually just goes on its way. Not getting me with that shit. Not getting me with that shit. Come on, damage, damage, damage. Alright, weapon needs sharpening. Oh god. So this is it. One of its signature moves, you know, 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna take another one here. That was a good opening, and I need to get my energy back up, and I need to sharpen this thing. All right, I need to get my energy up. I didn't carry it up since I since I started this fight. So sharpening. I need this armor though, like I really actually do, because when I take on this hub test, the monsters are gonna be, I think, hub equipped. I think they're gonna be as strong as they are in the hub star 1. Yeah, let me get away from that explosion. Get away from that troll. I just hit the freaking poor Izuchi. Oh the gosh, the cat. Damn. Alright. Yeah, I was ready for dodge. And I know pretty much all the moves by now. Obviously, I've played through the game already. I'm not blind to. I would love the chance to in the near future, I guess. But you know, when a new game comes out and I can, you know, I'm all ready to record. But this land that I live on, these people only favors literally. There isn't any. I'd say there's literally not many. Tech industry firms around here, like a lot of Barbadians, not bad talking them or anything, but most of them just pirate movies, just pirate video games. There isn't really like investment in this sort of thing over here. They buy food, they invest in food. It's an island, right? And it's mostly about tourism, getting people to come here and, you know, visit the island. And when it comes now to this sort of stuff, they don't give a shit about it as much as a lot of people overseas and investing in it. The companies you can go work for, not around here. So there isn't anyone who wants to get into stuff like this. There isn't any you know, there isn't anything at all that would be like encouraging you per se. And I've got many reasons why I want to leave. I am interested in writing, video editing, that sort of stuff. This sort of life, but these people are just, it's all about food and sex about here, man. People are gonna say that's every part of the earth, but when I put it like that, definitely not every part of the earth. More so the Caribbean is like this. These people think that you're weird or something is wrong with you, like if you're interested in this sort of stuff. So I have nothing encouraging me, you know, no inspiration. Oh gosh, I was so far from that attack. Get off my heavier attack, and good, that gets the bar up quite a lot. I want at least dodge that. Then heavy attack, that's not gonna hit. Oh, it did. Alright, get these fruit, then get off a combo. Alright, get off a combo and then fruit after. Like I think it's gonna be close to capturing. Oh, let me get up a bit. Oh, I had it. I knew it. Dead. Let me get these dang items. Come on. So I've got to pick these up. It's foolish camera. You can't even cancel the camera. As far as I know, there's no way to be canceling the camera. And if your time runs out, I can't get my materials. Alright, so let's hurry up and carve. Thing is dead like so fast. Like, no way. I mean, it is 15 minutes in, but dang, man. So what I'm going to be doing at this episode is just fighting this 3 times. If you like the action, you're all here for the action, and you're going to get a lot in this episode for sure, because that's what I'm doing. So that's 1. And then I'm going to take on the license, and then we're going to be moving on from, you know, with the rest of the, then I'm going to be moving on with the rest of the villager quests. Alright, come on, come on.
Mission complete!
Yeah! Alright. No problemo. I think this... Hold up, though. Because that would be hilarious, to be honest. I think the armor that I have... Veda. I don't even think I have to be doing this. I mean... I took off the... I removed my armors I had. Alright, let's see. Manage equipment, change equipment. I'm looking at these. High rank. It's just the black belt. Alright. Black belt S. And there's another one, a red one, right? Black belt. Yeah. This one, it gives you 30. And this one gives you 66. So if I go ahead, the one that I have on right now, this is just the Chimera clothes? No freaking way, man. That's impossible. Right? I'm supposed to put this on, like so. You know, there's a little, like, drape, like, that, like, falls beneath your back when you have on the, like, what? The original Chimera clothes, if I'm not mistaken, was this one. And why is it not showing? If you get what I'm saying. Ah, right, my bad. Wait up. So, layered, change layered equipment, Elgato vest. I gotta take these off. Ah, right, there we are. So I had these on, and that was affecting the look of the armor. I somehow still had those on. Alright, so I want these, you know, just going in the wind as I take these behaving down. So I've got to remember for sure, I can go to the camp during the mission, but I could just take on time. I didn't even, right? I didn't even use it, right? I didn't even get a chance to use it.
Sure to check the special quest as well.
So let's see what I can create. That's for, so forge armor, and I want to forge, oh gosh, look at the Raffian, 22. Still below, still a bunch of shit. I don't have one of these. So where is it? It shows you. Alright, so yeah. So I've gotta get the. I've gotta fight it. I'd say 2 more times for sure. Yeah. So 2 more. I'm gonna go ahead then and equip the headpiece. And manage equipment. Let's see. So let's go ahead and equip this. We've got the 2 other parts to get, so we're just gonna fight this thing 2 more times. As you can see, that isn't gonna take too much time. I maybe could then do this special license test if I go for about an hour in this episode as well, and then go ahead and alright. So the yeah. So I'm gonna fight this thing again and again. Then I'm gonna do the license, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other quest for the village. When I finish these village quests, then I'm gonna be moving on to hub, of course. I think there's like rampage. There's like rampage missions for the village, and then there's rampage missions for the. But I'm just gonna skip those village rampage quests because, you know, everything in the village, I can assure you, is easier. And it makes no sense me doing those, and then it's just gonna be a waste of time. You'll see what I mean when I go ahead and begin my first rampage quest in this. In fact, I already did one. I already did one at quite early up into the episodes. Now that I look back, and like think back, I should say. Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh my god. Dying tedious as hell. I mean, that was the tutorial rampage mission, and it was everything. It was so annoyingly like this, do that. Words on the screen, more words. I was literally fretting in that episode, and looking back at the episode, I cringed myself. So imagine it was like never again I want to be, this miserable in an episode. So I wanna avoid tutorials as much as possible, but for people who are new to this that I could potentially be helping, I could bring a legend into the freaking Monster Hunter community. Who knows, another one, cause it's short on. These days are really harsh. Like cost of living these days is only going up. I don't know why the population is like skyrocketing. I guess maybe they've got other Earths and they're bringing people from other Earths here or some shit. That is me half joking, because if it's real, then that'd be scary as hell. That would explain why the Earth is so pressured population wise. Houses is so difficult to get, like with a good price. People from a different Earth that maybe the Earth has more gold or some shit, they'd have priority, right? The Earth has more resources than ours. They get the houses, not us. They bring them and they have like what you call favored resource. All right. Because when you're being hired and stuff in a job, the area of the company that deals with the hiring and stuff is called the human resource, right? Get it? The Earth itself that they're from has more resource, more valuable materials for trade. They get to live here, and then this Earth gets those materials. Who knows? That shit could be going on like all now. All CERN and portals and all this shit that they literally confirm to the public. Or enough of the weird scientific talk, right? Because people call it science fiction, but why is it fiction if you're gonna put the word science at the front of it? Anyways, ignore these joggers. They're pieces of shit. No use fighting them. They're waste of time. Or you know what? You bit me, and I'm angry. Dead. You ain't going nowhere, or that one escaped. Kinda, because they can still just chase them down. But we're at a nick of time in every episode, right? We're fighting against the nick of time. So why am I wasting my time with these joggers? I think there's a joggers armor. I think a weapon, something that uses their materials. So I know what I'm doing. As far as I know, got him or her, whatever the hell it is. I've got some Mario Kart games to finish. I started Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. I started so many games, and it's gonna be all right, peeps. This isn't gonna take as long as you think. I'm almost finished with the villager quest, and it's gonna be just as quick if I strategize my way through evenly with this as well. All right, so just above my area right now, we're getting our way closer and closer to the location of the Bescheiden. This is going to be the second fight, and I get this freaking armor completed and upgraded as well. I'm going to upgrade it as well, definitely need to. Alright, come on, because the hub quests are no joke, you'll see. And I'm just rushing this, I'm not even fighting properly and not focusing. And it's going to be the first time in a while that I'm playing a game where that much focus is needed whilst talking and everything else. I applaud people that stream on like Twitch and YouTube and stuff, because the amount of focus those people need to be using. They're watching chat, like when people are typing to them in the chat, they're playing the game actively all at the same time. Like that takes a lot of dang focus and energy, and those people have got to be tired playing for hours too. I mean, just about every few hours or minutes, especially if they're up there already in fame and support. Like people are sending money to them and that sort of stuff. So maybe they're being like supported enough, but it still can take a toll on just about anybody. Like I just every time I was saying, because I don't easily get tired. But it was so odd, like after every episode I'm more fatigued than I usually am. Because look at the amount of, I'm actively moving, I'm using my brain a lot, I'm talking a lot more than I even do when I'm to myself alone, believe it or not. Talking, then playing, then strategizing. Because, you know, I'm trying to make sure the video doesn't take too long. I'm looking for open alleys in the fight, you know, or like, you know, when you're in Street Fighter playing, characters like an opening. That's what I mean. That's the term I'm referring to directly. Alright? I'm looking for openings in the fight. I'm trying to strategize for much, you know, she's eating. Yeah. Come on. I need this. Alright. Nah. Then some stupid mother effing Barbadians where I live might be like, oh, he's going off, he's going mad. They could hear me in here talking. I'm recording a fucking YouTube video, you dumb cunts. Excuse everyone, s'il vous plaît. You know, all these swear words, but these people are dang annoying as hell, man. I'm crazy walking pieces of shit. Fucking Caribbean whores. Excuse me. Because that's all these people do, man. Like, I mean, you know, the media, the movies, the television shows, everything, like, you know, is a psychological operation encouraging sexuality for more than as usual. You look at billboards all across the cities, you know, worldwide, it's all encouraging sex, but the Caribbean is 10 times worse, man. I can see, I live here, I was born here on this island. These people are ridiculous as hell. I'm playing a game and I'm talking. I'm somehow crazy because I don't believe in just going out. Maybe making $300 every 2 weeks. That's what some people make here. A lot of them barely making any money. Then they've got children all over the place because they won't stop breeding. All they're doing is effing all about. And then you know, every weekend they're spending like $100 or more on food and alcohol, just spending it away. And then they want to know where they never have money for themselves or the children. Foolish bitches, man. So I just find myself, you know, maybe I could make some money off of this. I could join official esports somewhere. I could open a media company here that makes it good revenue for the dang island. No, he's just a weirdo. He's a freak because he likes the fucking idiots. Literally, quite literally, fucking idiots. And I'm saying all of this and like without even thinking, using only half of my brain in that sense for playing. And look at this thing, almost toppled. I think I got it. Yup. Get off some more combos. It's already ready for capture. I think it's gonna run. This is something you've got to be really careful about. If you get it in the capture state, I call it, make sure that you are quite aware of its movements. Make sure it isn't running first because you could easily put your trap down and it just turns around and runs away. So make sure that you're sure what it's doing first before you set your trap down, or else it's going to be a waste of dang materials, especially if you're someone who isn't too smart. No insult, no braggery or anything, but if you're not that quick anyways, it's just going to deter you. You won't want to be playing this game as much. The materials you need to be creating these traps and all that is going to feel quite insulting. Alright, so got it. Jesus Christ, Arzuros, you fucking bitch. Arzuros nearly messed me up because he could have easily gotten out. The Bashadian could have gotten out, and then I'd have to go run back. I had to go back to my camp, and then, you know, that's way more time. This is already 30 minutes in, and this is the second time, third time. This is the freaking second time I fought this thing, and I still gotta fight this another time if I want my armor pieces, I think. Alright, let's go see, because this is a bunch, so I think we're flying. I think we're gonna be flying. I think I'm gonna be flying here. Alright. Yeah. You know how they're like different areas of society. They're like people for food, there's people for technical stuff. I'm quite sure that this is no insult. This is like just raw thing. This is raw facts. I think that most islands, if not all of them, are what I call sets or breed forms in a sense. Like most of the culture is about that because there's nothing else encouraging. You just go out somewhere, drink. I mean, there are pubs everywhere on the earth has some form of a pub or anything other people too. But when you have a land that's literally only 166 square miles, it's not even a mile, right? Is not even a good few miles. It's only a few. 166 square miles. Tiny as hell. You could look at a map and you would not be able to see Barbados. It's that tiny. This island is tinier than the remainder of the Caribbean chain. This island is not even in the Caribbean chain. This island is way far off in the ocean, I think on the most eastern level. So it's not even west or east. They still somehow call this place the Dying West Indies. I do not know how. But so like literally culturally these people care about nothing else, man. So it was a letdown for like a lot of Barbadians. I'm quite sure when they said they found out that they bought a Switch 2, like practically 80 something percent of the Barbadians, I do swear, were not about getting a Switch 2. You know, cheap ass, dang ghetto land. Because like I keep saying in a lot of my videos, 80 something percent, 90 something percent of this population on this island is black people. And you know, I'm farthest from racist. That's why I complain about it that this much. But when you get a land that is literally, yep, I've definitely got to go again. Bofango pelts. Alright, so there's something else we need to be taking down as well other than Bishating. But I've got one here, so I've definitely got to go again. I was I was guessing, I tell you. I was guessing that I need, you know, like 3 runs, and I was correct. Yeah. So yeah, but these people are quite unique in that sense, man. So these people care only literally to do a simple job. That's why this is one of the only places I would love to doubt that this is literally the only place on earth where people run gas into strangers' vehicles as a job. Like if everywhere else on the earth you could run your fuel into your vehicle yourself and leaving this island for sure. All right, but I did that job like for a few, like it adds up, like a few years, like different years I worked there and left, worked there and left, or was, you know, because they just let off people and hire who they feel like maybe someone needs help or something. That's it. This is skanky as hell, man. This island, it is like I worked someplace also called the is like is like a call center per se, and it's stationed overseas like as the company itself, but it's the we have a branch here. People go there and work, right? Uh, it's called KM Squared Solutions, right? And it's like a call center. People like get their loans all set up and stuff like that, and it's like the amount of people that go in there and leave, go in and leave, it's the same thing. Maybe people who need help or something, and they're like purposely leaving these people's loans on lender place. It's like this is a skanky pirate island, man. Like literally, the pirates still live. If you want to see pirates in 2026, like real life, if you're interested in that, like I'm not even kidding. I'm swearing on the origin of all life that I'm not joking, right? To be dying if I'm telling lies. If you want to see pirates in real life, and this is not an insult, like literally, it's just raw truth again. Because back in the day when the pirates were all over the place, that's a real thing. The pirate ships and stuff, they're running from the traders and the European ships and stuff like that. They settled onto this island, and a lot of the people that live here today are literal descendants of pirates, right? So these people, they whatever little skanky job they could pull off, you know, just pull off a job, make a little bit of change, maybe multiply a bit, get a child. That's it. And then they always just maybe what I call bartering, trading for value or money barely, and just surviving around here. Like they left the shit, like, you know, pirates are best known for, you know, like ship travels, stories, kid stories like Treasure Island, Huckleberry Finn, different things like that. They're best known for like traveling in ships, but in these modern days, pirates use what are called ZRs or minivans. They just get a job as a ZR driver, and you know all the bus fare and stuff that people pay. They just think they, you know, set that up, and pirates in the past used to go on missions for collecting materials. Sometimes there was a lot stolen, and they just share the value of what they got between themselves, right? But now on this island is the same thing. They're like just a lot of ZR, the females take turns between them because they're the guys around here who are constantly making money. Take turns getting children for them, and they've got money off of this whole ZR based thing, and they're like just driving around, picking up people, carrying them to work, wherever, driving across the island. That's it. It's the same pirate shit, just a different system, right? And I am not impressed. I was never impressed. I found myself just in my home a lot, and it's not. Sometimes when you see someone at what they call turning into what is called a hermit in the house a lot, sometimes it's not what you think. They've maybe got a lot of hair in their head, a lot of hair in their face. They're not insane. Maybe it's just that they are not compatible with the type of society that they live in, and they feel alienated. That's the term. They feel like outside of the social circle. And I'm not a fucking pirate. I'm gonna be raw. A lot of people are gonna click off of my video, I guess, but those are gonna be the people that, if you're too sensitive, you're not the type for my videos. Like, I'm a raw to the type, honest and direct person. I'm very sorry. Where the hell is Bashir? Let's go though. Let's get this thing taken down. I'm like 36 minutes in. Let's go. I've got a lot to do here. Alright, so yeah, but anyways, yeah, this island is that. Just a bunch of pirates. They're not gonna like it that I'm exposing them for what they are and talking like this, and I don't care who. I'm not making this up. Some of us here possibly aren't normal either. I've got a lot of stories I could tell you that you would swear are like not true. One day at school, I was just minding my business during lunch. Like, sometimes I eat my lunch in the classroom and I'm waiting around until, the bell rings for class to return or something. And two guys were like in that room, and they're like whispering to each other and snickering. I was just ignoring them. But then I just got a weird sense, and I was like, and as I looked around, this chair was flying toward my face at like top speed, I tell you. Or it was flying forward, actually. This girl was sitting close to the windows, and I don't know what got over me, how I did it, but I got up and like in a hurry. I won't say a particular word in case you think that I'm just joking, and I swear the origin of all life again, I'm telling the truth. I somehow just got up. You know how they say, police sometimes say that they call it bullet time or something, where everything seems to be moving slow. I got up and I was able to judge the distance between myself and the chair and everything. And because I'm kind of a skinny guy naturally, I have like high metabolism, I'm not fat or anything. I literally, as the legs, I don't know if these guys used magic or sorcery or something, because the chair, usually when someone throws a chair at you, it's going through the ear. It isn't going to be directly, like the legs were like literally flat in the ear, flying toward my face and pointing toward me as if someone took magic or something. And that's another something. These people are very, I think, into the arcane. A lot of witches and stuff live around here too, I'm quite sure. This island had a lot of connections with the English. But the point is, the chair was flying toward my face, and I just put my hand out, right? I just calmly put my hand out and blocked the chair. And the thing about this is what makes the story so unbelievable, right? We have, these days, most people know this, a lot of stuff that are built and created these days are built with like cheaper materials, cheaper metals, and the chairs, by the time I went to that secondary school until around, I'm 31 now, I went to that school until around 2012. I was supposed to leave in 2011. I stayed back and I did some extra CXCs. I left in 2012, I'm quite sure, right? And by the time around that I started school, secondary school in 2007, the chairs were already made with the cheaper metals, like really light, but we still had the old school hall around. It wasn't destroyed or rebuilt or anything yet, and there's some old chairs in there that were heavy. So sometimes, these schools, our school doesn't have all the best resources around, and the chairs, sometimes you'd have students coming from different classes and stealing chairs from your class, and you'd be missing some, right? So they'd take the chairs now from the old school hall and replace what you're missing sometimes. They took a chair from the old school hall. This thing is supposed to be heavy as fuck, I tell you. Alright? I'm a skinny guy. And I just sped across the class, like at top speed, as if I'm a freaking super or some shit. And put my arm out and blocked it. So the two guys that were there sitting, they ran. Like I was just walking toward them like slowly. I was getting ready to like kick their ass because I was like, yeah, I'm in the zone, I call it. I feel no emotion in this sense. It's like I'm just there and whatever happens, happens. And it's like this weird state that I end up in. And maybe they saw the look in my face. I don't know what it was or all of them all together. But these two guys got up and ran. I'm not making this up. I swear to God. Alright, I'm going to use the word. Alright, and that is one story. Alright, then there's another time. This guy, we were returning to class. Right, we were returning freaking class. And these two guys behind me scooped this girl's ass. Right, I don't know. I instantly read what happened there, and it's kind of laughable. I could laugh at her because she feared those guys, but she didn't fear me. I'm a guy that, you know, the crew, the school always picks on. She wasn't afraid to, but I don't think she was thinking, because I could have been in a wheelchair right now for life, and I might have been doing this. It might have worked out, because I might have been doing this right now for more money, maybe living overseas with a family member, because this island is not nice to what you call disabled people. I could have been in a wheelchair and like crippled for life. By the time I got to the top of the stair, I swear to God again that I'm not telling lies, I'm not changing the story up. This girl wickedly pushed me when I got to the top of the stairs. Alright, she waited until then. She looked at them and she looked at me, and she told herself it had to be me and it wasn't them. And so that I don't even know how I did it. And I don't even know how what happened after happened. It's like I live in a cartoon or something, and this island isn't even real. I do not understand what the fuck this was. But when she pushed me, I was at the tip. I was to keep my balance, you know, in Mario games or whatever. When Mario is trying to keep his balance, he's swinging his hands like crazily. By instinct, I was doing that, right? And, you know, just to keep my balance that I don't fall back and maybe hit my back down the stairs and, you know, whatever else. You could easily die that way too. You know, you fall down some stairs. I was aware of all of that. I was terrified. And the only way that I could stay up without falling down the stairs was to push her, right? And I pushed her then to stand up, that I could keep my balance. And she hit onto the wall. And as if it was rehearsed, as though this, I swear, I kid you not, people, this is not a lie, alright? I swear in the origin of all life, I'm telling the truth, alright? I swear on God, I'm not telling lies. This guy stepped out the same second she hit the wall, as though, holy hell, he could see through walls or something. He was like, you know, hit the wrong body, talking like a Bajan. They speak like this, but they use raw English so that my videos could be more better understood by the open public, and, you know, it won't be like, he talks too fast. Bajans, I can never understand what they're saying. Even the subtitles don't work, because, you know, the subtitles capture what they're saying, and none of their words make sense, because Barbadians twist up words a lot. Right? But he was like, you know, hit the wrong body. What he was saying was, the wrong person, right? You know, hit the wrong person, right? And instantly started cuffing my head, like punching my head. Punch, 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 punch. And there's some guys that they maybe stopped down, they maybe stayed in class, like they didn't like graduate to the other classes. Maybe he was supposed to be out of school or something already, and he was still in he was still in long pants. He's supposed to be out of school. I don't know, maybe he's a bit older than us. Some shit. He was way bigger than me. I'm punching my head. Punch, 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 punch. No, I've got an uncle, right, that died from head trauma. And the reason I'm telling you this story, this is the first time in the world that I ever got angry. I don't know why. I've been picked on for years and beat up and stuff, but because I've got like this heavily intense understanding, emotional understanding of people, I get annoyed, but I never get enraged that easily. And I remember that my uncle, you know, for respect, I won't call his name. Maybe I should. His name was Steven. And I instantly got enraged. So I started hyperventilating. Like, I couldn't breathe straight. I was like, And then some jackass, some Barbadian, maybe good to them that it happened because then I know myself and my limit and that could happen. I can't get that enraged. So some idiot was like, Batman, because that was my nickname, right? I don't know why they call me Batman for sure, but it could be a lot of reasons. Batman, you think this is Dragon Ball Z? Like joking at the fact that I was breathing like this. I was angry and trying to calm myself down. I was starting to hyperventilate. I was holding on to the rail. So I said, nah, I gotta do something. These people too fucking evil, man. Like, nah. Anything could be wrong with my head. I could have a tumor. Something could be wrong with me, man. And I was pissed. So I held on to the railing and I pulled myself and pulled myself. You know, when someone is like gearing themselves up for top speed running, and I pulled on the railing to give myself some speed. I was even expecting somebody in the class, you know, in the group that was outside. I was expecting somebody to trip me up or something. Everybody just parted like the Red Sea. Everybody just stepped aside and let me run ahead. Now this big guy, as big as he was, he's got his hands on the clear walls and he's pulling, trying to get back in the class, you know. And I don't know, you know about the I've got to use something from the animes for that example because I do not know where this came from. But you know how it's Rock Lee from Naruto, that like dynamic entry that he does, and is Rock Lee is not Rock Lee, man. Whatever his name is, right? It's Rock Lee, right? That dynamic entry move that he does, I was literally doing that. I was coursing through the air at top speed, and when he saw me doing that, right, he was running and his hands on the clear walls, because like the walls of the classrooms are like clear holes to let air in. That's very creative and kind of cool actually. And he barely pulled himself in. Now in the course of this, right, I somehow calculated in my head that if I didn't pull my leg back or push my foot down a bit, the edge of the classroom door, my foot would have slammed his head on the edge of that door. For the people who aren't, you know, so I put my foot down a bit and my shoe brushed his hair and I dropped and I was like sliding for a little bit. As I turned around, I don't know, maybe all the commotion me got him my head punched up and stuff. Maybe someone ran and told the teacher or something. I was about to just break his nose and continue to fight. And instead, a teacher was holding my arm and a teacher was holding him back. The same second I was turning around after getting up, I was going to kick his ass, I tell you. So maybe all the times where it could have been exposed that I'm stronger than normal or something of the sort. My life was never simple. This world is not simple. A lot of stuff is going to be last minute revealed in these last days. And that's why I'm just breaking out about these stories, because I am quite sure that, you know, all the FEMA camps and stuff that they have all over the world creating, it's not going to be easy, and what they're getting ready to do, that's why they have all these AI servers creating, because we have this open internet right now, but it's never going to be open forever. They're going to attain full control over the internet, and there's nothing that we're going to be able to do. You know, all the, I'm sorry, I'm going to be raw for people who don't like to hear these words, and it's going to be, my videos are not necessarily communicated to children, but all the porn on the internet, all the negativity, everything is going to be gone. And there's nothing that's going to be like publicly accessible to people without money, literally as much. Everything is going to be controlled soon from now. You know, the AI is going to control everything. So even me making these videos, like what if you say certain things in videos that could be removed, I don't think the system is going to work that these videos are going to be removed after. It's like if you do it during, that system is the new world order per se. So I'm going to talk about things that I'm quite sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and make the final piece of this dang armor set. Alright, so forge. Alright, and no, forge armor, and I'm quite sure I can make it. I should be able to. If not, what the fuck, I forgot. Wait, vitiating talent, because I killed it instead of capturing it, right? Oh my god, and I've got to get some bowfine gold pelts. Alright, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think this is good enough for now. Alright, this is good enough for now. We can do that in another episode, I guess. This Monster Hunter is so freaking complicated on purpose. But yeah, like a lot of weird shit. There's 2 stories, alright? Then there's another one, believe it or not. So I was just sitting minding my business, and one day, right? And you know, you just get this weird sense. I don't know if this happens only to empaths or, you know, what they call new age psychics, where you just get a sense to look around at someone, and when you look there, something is happening. I saw this guy telling some guy something, and without asking questions or anything, he just walked up to me and he was like using all his strength trying to slap me in my face, ready to slap me in my face, right? And I put my arm up. I don't know if it's because I'm a skinny guy, but it can't just be that. How solid could my bones be? I don't know. I put my arm up to block his hand, and when his hand collided with my arm, I swear to God again, I'm not telling lies, every single bone in his hand fractured. I'm quite sure that's what I heard from people after. Like, he had to come school in a cast, I think the very next day, and he never looked at me again after that. Right? So in this mission, what are we doing? This is Atnasham and the Raffian. Alright, I think we're gonna be fine. Alright, so let me see if I could upgrade at least one of them, or you know, a bunch of them. Forge slash upgrade, upgrading, and going over to, yeah, going over to these, and whoa. Alright, so I need 5. So one of these, I need, let's use one of these. It didn't go over, sweet. So two more of these. Yeah. So that's max, that's level 5. So that gets us to 30. And let's rinse and repeat. So 5, 10, 15, 20, I believe. So one of these. What? Alright, so 5. Because I think one of them, yeah, it's going to do like that then still, because, did it go over? I don't know. Alright, so I'm still going, I don't want to use them up, and then I need them for something else. These armor spears plus are very rare. And you know, the amount of this game is not built for YouTube unless you're streaming. It's either streaming or playing on your own time for hours and just getting everything you need. But like the amount of tedious, like what I'm doing here is impressive, to be honest, because doing this in a certain amount of time, I'm still gonna go ahead and see if I can get that mission completed now in a good time. And get these. So 20. I'm gonna risk it, man. I'm gonna risk it. Like if it, I think it, yeah, it did go over. So I'm gonna put back down one of those and 5, and then a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So everything here is 30. That's actually good value for what I'm doing. Guild Cross. I've got these. No, I don't. How you get these things? Because they're alright, let's see, forge or upgrade. I can't upgrade them, they're already maxed, right? That's why. But they're 24, this one is 30, but that's fine. Like I'm just showing you actively what you've got to be doing here with these things. I think we've got 30, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12, because I've got 3, 6, and 9. The arms included, so the head, the chest, the waist, and the arms, 3, 6, 9, 12, 120. If I look at my status quickly, that's going to be 160 in defense. I don't know where the other 40 came from. Maybe the legs add up to around that. This like that's Kimura. I didn't upgrade him, so I don't know. Wherever the rest came from, but I'm around the correct calculation, I'm quite sure. All right, so let's go ahead. And this is the first hub quest that I'm doing per se. This is a test 4, so I imagine this should be around hub difficulty. I've got some upgraded armor on, and what I'm going to be doing for sure is getting those spirit birds, because I want that defense. Whatever I get, I want that health, I want that energy. Alright, that I could bounce around without running out of energy too soon. Although I'm starting kind of close to the maximum every hunt, and that's good already. But yeah, those things actually happen, man. I barely tried blocking this guy. I spoke about that at work somewhere, and this foolish, I'd say foolish Barbadian girl was like, no, you brought his, she was like, you brought his arm, man. You break his arm. That's how yeah, you heard me saying that whole that's how we just speak about here. We don't talk. So you see what I mean? So me using this raw English too is weird to these people. These people are dying barbaric as hell, man. So it's like I can't even say something like that without them not like they're too accustomed to savagery and all that shit. I don't like this island at all. So some of us could be firstborns of the power of the first star, is what you call it and stuff. Like in the olden days, it's been confirmed that man and all life was like more powerful than it is today. Like the earth went sick, the sun went sick, the trees grew shorter, the animals are smaller. All of that is in the olden books, right? So like if the energy is going back up, like there could be some people in the 1990s and stuff like that, born certain years, especially imagine the babies being born these days with all these solar flares happening. They're going to be strong as hell. I'm not like I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the children born in these days are going to be unique and special. All right, that's all I'm going to say. When the sun activates, they're going to have full connection too. I only have some compared to these to people born these years now in the 2020s. I was born in 1995, so I'm not even as I'm going to admit I shouldn't be. If I am, then I'm special. So like don't let the movies and the comics and the video games and stuff like mess your mind up to don't fall for the trick that these things are not real, because the trick is you think that the trick is that they're real. No, the trick is that they're not real. They want people to doubt these things so that when at last minute the end days, calamities and apocalypse and stuff happens, when people just like break through buildings and try destroying and looting and thieving, that enough people die distracted maybe in front of the screens. I'm not, yeah, just keep yourself, be aware of the fact that, life was never supposed to be this weak. And these comics and stuff are to scare you. That's why The Boys, the very first, they made a TV series the other day called The Boys, right? About what if supers were real. The world is very really believable and stuff, and instead they have supers. And the very first episode, one of the main characters, this guy is walking at the side of the road with his girlfriend, and a speedster, someone who could run super fast, ran straight through his girlfriend, bursting her into pieces. All right, and the one of the main supers, you could say the face of America. They called him Homelander. He's a freaking tyrant. He's a freak. All right. So it's like they're just programming people into being afraid of supers and wanting them dead and stuff like that, and thinking that they're going to be all evil. No, there are a lot of gods and stuff, like what people will call gods, that were real. And if they were evil, none of us today would be living. All right. I'm just telling you that. All right. So like wake up, people. Stop thinking a bunch of shit. Like whatever these people want you to. Quit being afraid of the supernatural, because it is very real, and I'm going to expose it. I'm going to find ways to detail things that people, I guess, refuse to because they're afraid to, not because they can't. I'm going to expose a lot that's going on these days. I'm going to tell a lot of stuff, and I've got plans for that. Not just gaming, only gaming the rest of my life. Like, my Barbadian, people who look on that know me, Barbadian family and Barbadian look-ons might want to say that, oh, he's something is definitely wrong with him. This is all he's looking to do, and he doesn't want to work, and you barely take a rest. There's like no different from the Japanese society, the Asian societies. If you barely take a rest, it's like these people are all of a sudden like they're like enslaving their own people. It's crazy. It's like, oh, you don't want to work, and the next and the third. So it's like, if I work, they're gonna overwork me, and if I take a rest, they're gonna say, oh, that I don't want to work and that I'm lazy. So what the hell is the sense that even like you'd say the proper word is contributing to the society if the people are so damn ridiculous? Exactly, right? So I've got connections and people spoken to already, from the outside of this dying ridiculous crazy whoring island, and I've got stuff in place, but everything takes time and money as well. I'm gonna make some serious videos soon enough, you know, detailing what's happening. We are all alright, so everything on this earth, I said this in a video before, is a reflection of itself. Alright? The reality reflects itself in different forms. So we have layers, alright? Our skin has layers. The earth's atmosphere has layers. The seabed has layers. Your eyes have layers. There's the aqueous humor, there's this, there's that. Alright? So those are layers. Then trees branch out, right? Our veins branch out. Our nerves branch out. The ether that holds space in place to certain things, how space works, it branches. That's how we get like fruits on a tree. Then you get different nodes of energy that like planets form on. That's how we get planets in certain areas, stuff like that. We call them planes of extraterrestrial. You know, is planets. Get it? Interesting, right? This thing should have been done already. It's like an hour in now, and I didn't kill the first monster yet. I'm trying. I should have maybe checked my weapon to see if we could get something. Oh, alright. Nah, this is going to be easy. This is going to be easy. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I think it's cool. So I've got to do some, I've got to get some materials as well, because I'm kind of short on, I'm going to be short soon enough on raw meats for, yeah, this, Capcom is crazy as hell, man. Like, I don't mean it in an insulting, denouncing, denoting way, but, I'm still gonna play some Capcom games. It was just launched right back well into the future, but I'm just saying these people are crazy. Like, oh, okay, it isn't bad. All right, so I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. I don't think it's gonna run because it just came here. All right, come on, man. Then the third one. Oh, it said it. It still said it. Sweet. I thought it wasn't set. Alright, so that's the first. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, so Raffian. Jesus. This is where you always get onto the back of the freaking Palamute first before you use the item. The hunter's just gonna slowly run there drinking. Yeah. So got roaches attacking me and shit. Fucking demonic piece of shit. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, damn it. Yeah, so I really want to get off this island. That was like me mimicking the superhero voice as a half joke. Get away from me, demon. I rebuke you, beseech you, demon. To hell and forth. Drawing an energy sword. The future is going to be, like, some people, like, I'm just making a half joke again. Like, someone might, for the first time, you know, some company or something shows a portal to the public for the first time, and someone might pop their head through, maybe $1 million or so, because the Earth is going to be way different. $1 million is going to be like just a sheer amongst the New World Order government. Like how we have is normal for someone to have $2,000, $3,000 in the past. That person would have been like an economic god, and now that's normal today, right? Like someone could have around $10,000 or more in the bank from working. But in the future, like how the economy don't act. So I know this. Some people might target me after, you know, like he knows something about the future. Possibly he knows he's not fake. You've got to watch him. But like the normal people have a few million. So then this guy might go and, you know, pay $1 million and some for a ticket to like use that tech for the first time. He'd pop his head through the portal and see some super or something fighting a dragon or some shit. Like, oh, what the fuck? No way, not me in this shit. And pull back through and say, look, you keep my money. I'm not going back there. Thank you. Yeah. Like, you know, maybe jumping a few hundred years into the future or something. Imagine someone doing it and flying it on a vessel, paying to do it from the distant Earth in the past, right? Seeing our Earth and someone being shot in the face or something in a street randomly with a gun. You know, they're not accustomed to seeing stuff like that. Like, what the hell? These people are vicious. Nope, not coming back here. Same thing, just no difference. Yeah, the Earth is going to be way different in the near future, the very near future. And I don't think people are going to be able to some people, because of television. Television is default, man. Once people see it on television, they're like instantly brainwashed into thinking it can never happen, and that is never the case. Like, as is the universe infinite, so is the science of it. So people need to stop being closed-minded. That's the proper term I need to use. Stop being closed-minded, and that's how COVID, so-called COVID is not a virus. The Earth just had a sudden radiation wave from the sun, and obviously radiation is going to damage people's DNA, is going to make people sick. But the government was like, oh, we can make some money off this, and that's why they had to come up with this variant, the next, the third, or some people are immune to this variant, and whilst they're sick to this one, because people live in different areas and they're differently affected based on how good their freaking health is. But they didn't want people to know that. They wanted people to think that it's an actual virus, so they told people, oh, this is a virus that's killing people, and we need you to always sanitize when coming here. They found a way to control people. No, it's radiation poisoning, you fucking idiots. All it is radiation poisoning. Dang it, dang fools. Alright, let me get this quickly, because I need this. Yep, I need some pelts from those as well. The bow, fine gold pelt. At least I have 184 more to go. Get this Raffian taken down, and I'm getting my rank up in the hub as well. I don't need to worry about that. Then I could just go in and start those without having to. I could peek at the freaking monsters that are going to be in the ranks, because I don't remember them by heart, right? I played that like over a year ago. Like I didn't, after you finish a rank, why would you go back, and keep looking at them when you can just carry on in the game? The game is so big. Then after finishing up to 7 rank or whatever it was, you have master rank with the DLC. So I didn't look at those ranks again. I can't remember exactly which monsters are which. But after doing this, I could easily go in the hub and peep and see what they are, and ready myself accordingly. And I'm going to be doing that in the playthrough as well. I'm not going to be starting those missions until I finish the village. I'm not going to start any hub missions, but I can go in the hub and look at them. This is very useful. After doing this mission, I'm going to unlock, I think, 2-star. We'll see after this. See what I get. Oh, so you're going to be captured too, bitch. But hold up, let me go get my I need to start crafting thunder. I usually have a pitfall trap like what I had there, and I didn't get another one, right? Yeah, alright, I know, Hunter. So wait, I've got this built already, right? I've got this. Sweet. So we're gonna go here, and it's right here. This is the beauty of having multiple bases in your areas. You don't have to worry about, say a monster was over this side. I just have to come here. Let me drop down right above the roofing, right here. So this is not the main camp. This is like a sub camp that I have along here. You could deal your items in these as normal as you would in any main camp. Get these and send those home. In a portable turd, you literally, and Generations on 3DS, and a portable turd from PSP and PlayStation 3. Yes, it was a PlayStation 3 game that had 3D features for 3D televisions. If Nintendo brings 3D back for televisions, it is done. I know it is done. Like, people are going to be crying. People that favor just the Sony are going to be crying. Nintendo is winning. For so many reasons, Nintendo is freaking winning. We have Persona 3 Reload. We're definitely going to get 4 Revival at some point. If not, I am very surprised. Alright, this thing is most definitely sleeping because this is where its nest is. So I'm just going to stand up next to it as it sleeps. Drop this trap down, and we are done with this. Because it limped away. Once you see a monster limping, shit, it isn't sleeping. So, shit. It's at least limping. Oh, it's going to sleep. Maybe it just got here? Go to sleep, you little bitch. Go to sleep. Fuck you, you little shit. Flinching. Alright, so, flinching from the roars. Alright, come on. I don't think it's gonna run again because it just came here. Come on. So that's set. Come on, step forward. Good. And troll and troll. There we go. Alright, so that's the 2 for this this license quest. I said a lot during this episode, and I did a lot. That's a lot of dying hunting. Sweet, awesome, awesome. Right, Mutt? Odie? You should be Garfield, I guess, but you're a dying ginger cat. Because if you are, I am not sure if I can rename the kitties and the puppies, but yeah, that was a good name idea. Puppy and kitty. Alright, so just get these materials and go. Alright, awesome. So what did I get? Let me scroll down. Hunter rank HR2. So yeah, so my HR rank goes up only when you finish the hub quest. You get HR upgrades. There's some people that think that the village quests are like useless, but no, you unlock you get materials. Alright, well now MK907, many thanks for handling that urgent quest. I knew you could do it. Do it. Is he a frog? In light of your achievements, we are promoting you to HR2. You can now accept 2-star quests from Minato. Now then, off you go to pursue greater quests and ever greater achievements. Welcome back and well done, MK907. You're making impressive progress, though. That's what's expected from a skilled hunter. Good news! You can now accept 2-star quests, which allows you to visit 2 new locales, the sandy plains and the flooded forests. Now then, here to browse the quest list? So I could easily go ahead and lower rank, only lower rank because it's 2-star expedition tour, and I could yeah, I would not be doing that as yet. Maybe in the next episode, it's gonna be hub. It's gonna be hub if I go ahead and start doing expeditions. But what I plan to do is finish the, like I said, I'm gonna stick to it, talking like it, and freaking finish what I plan to. So I need at least 2 more of these. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a hunt with the Beshirin and run around and get the materials from those little pigs and finish that in the next episode. But I'm gonna end off here because this is already an hour and 12 minutes. This is quite long already. If you like this episode, click that like button, leave a comment as well. And everything that I said in this video is true. I'm not telling any lies. I swear to God. I swear the origin of all life. I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I do know of the religion. I'm not telling any lies. Alright, although I stopped going for a while because the physical church in this world these days is very fake, very evil. So I just keep to myself as much as I can. But yeah, if you liked, like button, leave a comment if you please, and as well, that button that says subscribe, it should be saying follow, because all you're doing is following my channel and you'll be notified when I create new videos. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night whenever and wherever you're watching. This has been Mr. Pokemon 907. Until next episode, hype.